What up? What's going on, you guys? It is early morning. Alright, I'm a little late, but it's still morning though, nonetheless. And I'm out here doing yoga, or I'm getting ready to start. Because this is generally what I came out here one time at like 7 a.m. Like, I wasn't feeling good. And I know normally when I don't feel good and I go outside, I start to feel better, right? So I was like, let me keep this routine up. And then eventually, like, it became addictive. Like, why nobody told me yoga can become addictive? Y'all hating. Y'all ain't telling me nothing. I had to watch 800 videos to find out. So that's what I do. So I'm inviting y'all to come yoga with me. Now, I ain't no serious yoga person. Don't be expecting no extreme ass yoga. You got to find another channel for that, honey, until I advance. I'm so sorry. But it's just like a yoga and chat with me. You know what I'm saying? So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the effects of not properly dealing with your stress. Okay? And how we're getting ready to start a new 10-year cycle coming up, starting in 2020, and why it is so important this year to get your shit together. Okay? So before I begin my yoga, let me my bad. You know, you ever thought you heard somebody behind you? I don't do that. Don't sneak up on me. Okay. Now, all right. Why do I say it's important to get your shit together this year, right? All right. I know if you don't believe in astrology, zodiac, any of those things, numerology, I understand, because your mind got to be like out here, you know, and you got to know about some other stuff to even be able to wrap your head around what the hell is going on in numerology. But I kind of understand, you know. So, what I found out when I first started studying astrology was my life path number was 11, which is a master number, which also further breaks down to 2. And I've really been thinking about that since I found that out, like my life path, because for the longest, I'm 31, by the way, but for the longest, I had been thinking, like, what the fuck am I going to do in my life, you know? I remember being in high school and my mom asking me, like, so what do you want to go to college for, or whatever, and I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I was just living out my days, like, carefree, you know what I'm saying? But that was mostly because my parents didn't really stimulate anything in me. They didn't cultivate anything inside of me. Like, they didn't help me discover natural skills that I had. And the ones that I did actually have, because I didn't get to do anything with them, when I did ask them to invest in me, I just stopped doing it. Like, I used to be an excellent writer. Damn near perfect drawer artist. I was about to go to high school for arts and design in Manhattan just because I loved drawing, and I stopped doing it. And, you know, eventually as I got older, I just stopped doing a lot of shit. I'm like, yo, I remember I was talking to one of my high school friends, and they were like, man, you changed. You know, you letting people, the new people that you're around change you. And I'm like, what you mean I changed? Like, ain't the point that you're supposed to change? That's a whole nother story, bro. But I was like, I had to really think about that, because that plagued me, because the person who told me that had passed away, and they were like 22 then. I was like, that's young as fuck. Like, it really made me start thinking about life and, like, connections and, like, why am I here? Because I had never had one of my actual friends pass away. Like, I never encountered death so young at that time. I was like 21, 22. So it just made me think about all the things that he was never going to be able to do, you know? Like, he ain't never going to have no kids. He ain't never going to experience getting married. He ain't never going to experience buying his first house. Like, and for a while, I was, like, really depressed behind this. And it made me start thinking about myself. And I would say that's kind of like the beginning of me actually opening up to the idea of going inside myself, I would say. And for a while, I was just working jobs, you know, because I was trying to go to work to pay for school, but eventually work started to take over that because everybody at my jobs were telling me, well, you're a really excellent employee, blah, 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 but we can't accommodate your school schedule. And I'm like, but I need real money. I need real money to pay for school, not just $8. At that time, you know, pay was dumb cheap. But I was like, I need more than like $8, $9, $10 an hour. Like, I need more, you know? And so it got to a point where people just started being dead honest with me in interviews. Like, you gotta choose between work and school. Honestly, that's just what the fuck it is. And so I was like, well, who don't need money? You know, I can't do one without the other. You know, but I know if I go to school and I get all this debt and still can't get a damn job, I'm gonna be even more fucked up. So I was like, you know what? Let me just build my resume in the meantime. And like that's how school slowly started to get on the back burner for me. And so as I was thrust into like real life, I had already been living on my own since I left to go away to college and everything. But once I actually really like, okay, I'm an adult now. I have a car, I have a home, and oh, my bad. And I got bills now. Like I realized my freedom was gone, you know, and I was really sad. I was really sad about my freedom being gone, y'all. Like if I wanted to play hooky or anything, I had to either skip school or I had to skip work. And then when I became a full-time employee on my weekends, I'd just be trying to do anything to relax me, you know what I'm saying? And as you do that with like inside a relationship where you're like trying to find yourself, it becomes even more difficult, I would say, to start that process. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, I don't know how to explain it to you, but I think it's before you actually become serious with anybody that you need to first know who you are, what you like to do. I would travel as much as possible, you know, while you're young and single with no kids, with no real responsibilities, you know, like work, save up your money, go travel. Work, save up your money, go travel. You know what I'm saying? And as you travel, you'll meet people that'll open you up to like new experiences that you probably would have never had even thought of if you just settled down with somebody young, had kids, and started your regular ass American life. That's one thing I will say. Like when my man and I got together, we were 19 and 20, and we moved in together at that time, and we've been like living together like ever since, you know. And it's like we were growing up together, you know. I think that's part of the thing that held us together, that we were experiencing new things at the same time, so we were growing at the same time. But that's hard for a lot of people. A lot of people grow apart in those type of instances, you know. They're like around this person all the time. They're sick of this person. Like that's the only thing that they know, and they want to know everything else. And so those couples break up, you know. But the more things that started to occur in my personal life, I'm type A. I keep going. I keep going. Like, fuck it, I'll deal with it later. Fuck it, I'll deal with it later, you know? And there's some things that you just can't put off until later, you know? And it wasn't until, I remember one time I had got hospitalized. The first time I was hospitalized. I remember I was going to work every morning, and I would cry, like, on my way. Oh, I hated this job, y'all. Hated it. You know, but I would get up and go, because at that time that was the job that was paying me the most money. So I would get up, drive to work, cry on the way that I had to go even do this shit. And then one day I came to work and I just started throwing up. Everybody swore to God I was pregnant. I was like, yo, I'm not fucking pregnant. Okay? Like, I'm not. You know? And then I remember one day Human Resources was like, you need to go to the hospital. And so I was like, I don't. Like, I gotta make this money. She was like, you're good. Like, you have PTO time. At that time, I didn't even know what the fuck PTO was. I was like, okay. So I left work and I drove myself to the hospital while throwing up along the way. I kept pulling over, throwing up, till I got home so that they could take me to the hospital. I got there and motherfucker, I was admitted. I said, whoa. I was like, wow. time being admitted, they said I had a bacterial infection in my intestines. And first thing I thought about was like, how the hell I get this shit? You know? And I just remember laying there in the hospital like, damn, yo, this is stress. It's stress. Why they called me in the hospital 2 days later, let me go? Because I was so good at my job. Like, they had fired everybody else in that department, and I was the only person running that department. So when they suggested me to go to the hospital, I think they thought that I was just going to go that day and then, like, leave and be back to work the next day. But when they found out I was admitted, all this other crap, even though she had just told me I had PTO time off, you know, she called me in the hospital. Not even waited. Called me in the hospital to tell me that they had to let me go because they couldn't let the facility go that long without somebody running it. Not, oh, we're going to hire a temp until you come back. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to let you go, like, all the way. I said, yo, that was the beginning of work and, like, stress in my workplace. And it just ain't stopped since then. And then I started having stress in my relationship. And, you know, over time, you find your body, like, breaking down. You know what I'm saying? Your body breaks down on you. And I started noticing the effects. Like, I was dealing with insomnia for the longest. I had no energy. I was like always tired. My weight was up and down, up and down. I would always be bouncing back and forth between like on the verge of getting pudgy and then getting stick skinny, and then like all over the place, y'all. And I was like, one day I woke up. Like, it was like 2013, and I was like, yo, I gotta get my life together. I gotta get my life together. You know, and it was then that I started answering a lot of the life questions that I had, like, about myself, you know. But I was working so much, y'all, like, I couldn't get no time for myself, like, to really sit down, get in my thoughts, resolve. So when I got into my car accident, it really showed me a lot, you guys, like, because like I told you, I'm type A. I don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, my energy is going. And what I realized was this accident was occurring because I didn't like nothing in my life at that time of the accident. Like, I was happy about the job that I had got, but I hated my hours. I hated the fact that they talking about I was going to retire in 2055. I seen that and almost passed the fuck out. Okay, I was like, I'm going to be doing this until 2055? I think the fuck not, you know. And then that started depressing me. But I had a plan while I was there, because by that time I was like at least mostly woke. And so I had a plan, which was to get rid of all my debt, which I pretty much did, and save up, buy my house. And then I was going to go buy a rental property. Like, well, I was going to buy a duplex so that I can rent out one side and then live in the other, and I have the rent people pay my mortgage, because I was done. I was fucking done with this matrix, and I wanted to get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was completely done. And so I was just like, type A, like, out of there. And then that accident happened, that shit was extreme, you know, rolling over in the car with your whole family and then not being able to protect the kid, and then the car caught fire and shit. People told me they couldn't get us out of the car. Like, it was just insane, y'all. And going through all the muscle therapy, like, where I was forced now to sit the fuck down. Like, God was like, oh, you don't want to sit down? I done told you 1,000 times. Remember I told you lost the first job? You know what I'm saying? That was the sign number one, because they couldn't even tell me why they had to let me go. It was like, yo, it's not something that you're doing. It's the universe talking to me. And I was ignoring the fuck out that universe. I was like, fuck that, get money. But sometimes you're going to have to sit down. And if you don't do it, the universe will force your ass to sit down. And during my sit down, I realized I wasn't getting anything that I want, because my energy was in all the wrong places. Like, I was focusing my energy in everything that I shouldn't have. Like, I mean, not saying that people shouldn't be worried about paying off their debt and all this other stuff, but I was so, like, consumed with everything tied to money that I just shut down my personal evolution, and I started neglecting myself and all other kind of shit. I don't recommend that. Okay? But I had to do the work, y'all. I had to do the work. And with that sit down came loss of people. Okay? And And like, I'm explaining this to my son now because he's watching us go through these things, and I have to keep telling him, like, the number one thing my parents didn't do is teach me how people are supposed to treat me, and that is really important to me. Like, knowing when to cut people off, knowing when something is toxic, knowing when you're better than what your current situation is. And so with that, I would say the 360 came, and when you start doing changes like that on that type of level in your life, the people around you are either going to come with you or they're going to fall off because they don't want no parts, and that's fine. Like, be comfortable with them dissipating themselves, okay? It lightens your burden, okay, and it makes room for new shit to come into your life, okay? I'm about to start stretching and stuff because my behind's going numb now. All right. Oh, they doing something in the park, y'all. But anyways, you gotta be ready to do something new. You can't let fear run your entire life. And at that time, that's when I was like, fear was my number one motivation. It was my number one, y'all. And fear can be very powerful. Like, fear and anger can motivate you to do some shit that you ain't never even think was possible. But you're not going to enjoy the journey on the way there. And then when you actually get there, the ending success that you did actually achieve still won't feel like happiness to you because it came from a horrible place of origin. Fear, anger. You wanna go through your journeys from a place of love. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to that space of love, everything else will align. Like, I'm happy as shit. I'm waiting for 2020. Oh, that's what I was talking to you guys about originally. The numbers. So 2019, right? What's that break down to? 12, which breaks down to 3. To me, 3 is like a representation of a triangle or a holy trinity for some people. Blah, 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 right? 3 is a foundation number, okay? This is your year for you to set in your foundation, okay? What are you going to be about for this next 10-year cycle? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want to happen to you in this next 10 years karmic cycle? Okay? That starts over in 2020. So like I told you guys, my number was 11 and 2, a massive number. And 2 is like duality, balance, Which is funny that I started doing yoga at this time. But when I realized that my numbers was 11 and 2, it made my life purpose clear. And also, I fall into the humanitarian part of the zodiac and stuff. And so, I knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't want to help people traditionally by, like, just going to school for psychology. You know what I'm saying? I had to find my own way that I plan on helping people. And for me, that was to experience different people being sick in my life. Reading, finding out cures, learning the body, you know what I'm saying, over time. All these different experiences I didn't know were preparing me for everything that I want to do now, that I had already knew I wanted to do, but I had to go through all of these different test cycles and prophecies just to find out that I knew the whole time what the hell I wanted to do. Why did I stray so far from what I knew? And this happens when you step outside of yourself looking for answers when everything is within. You know what I'm saying? I let all these other people's energies and frequencies manipulate myself when I had the answer the whole damn time. So anyway, so once I figured out my numbers were 11 and 2, I just started immediately trying to do things to balance, because I'm an air sign, so my head is like always like up in the clouds, you know what I'm saying? And I knew I had to ground that energy, and that I was not grounded, and that comes with foundation. I had no foundation. And I knew that. Like, even when I go back and look at my childhood, I could tell that me not having a foundation was a problem. Like, anyways, so I came and I just started thinking pretty much like, how do I want my life to be? You know, I don't think I'm meant to do one thing, so it was very hard for me to pick a career, but I had to pick one of the things that I like to do first. Focus all my energy on that. 0 point energy. I'll get into that. It's another video. And then harness all the energy, focus it, get it done, and then move on to my next thing, you know? And that's how my life has to be, because I'm not meant to sit behind no desk. That's why I kept losing my jobs. Like, how do you lose jobs and they can't tell you why you're losing them? Because it was signs for me to not go back, you know? And everybody was telling me I thought I was greater than the job that I was doing, you know? Or they'd be asking me, like, dead ass come up to me, like, why are you here? Not like in an ignorant way, like you don't deserve to be here, but that you're so much better than this, or you're so smart, or you think about all these different things. How come you're not doing them? You know, and when people, strangers and stuff, start coming up to you and asking you to be real with yourself, it's time to be real with yourself, you know? And that's when I started to take myself serious. And I was like, you're right. I'm going to go ahead and do these things with actual consciousness now. I'm going to do them full force. And I'm not going to be scared anymore. And once I did those things, my life absolutely changed. You know? I feel like everything now is that I wanted to fall in line is now falling in line. But without me actually having to move shit around to make it happen. If that makes any sense. I like that. I don't like having to force things to happen. You know? And what the universe showed me is that I was in my own way. Like, I was so busy not letting Most High or my higher self guide me that I was blocking my own fucking progress. I probably could have had this life a long time ago. You know? I'm not taking those same type of jobs. I'm not even trying to work no regular job. Like, I don't want that life no more. You know, and when you decide that you don't want something anymore, you have to let everything attached to that go. And that's why I kept experiencing loss, because I was going to keep losing it until I found the truth of what it is that I needed to know. You know, this earth is temporary. It's a testing ground, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're here to experience shit, to grow. Okay? So when your karmic self comes back and is growing and ascending, you don't, let's say you do reincarnate, you know, which I hope to God I don't have to, but in the event that I do, I want to come back on an even higher level, you know? So that's all I be saying. You know, hold on, let me get my form right. But I hope that if y'all don't take nothing else away from anything that I said, that you start at least thinking about yourself today. Like, that's one thing I do hope. I pray to God that you at least take one moment for yourself today and just think about, like, what is it that I want to do, you know? What am I good at? How can I benefit off of something that I'm good at? And then stem from there, you know? It's gonna be difficult. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, it's scary as shit. And I know my form and my yoga and all the other stuff look ugly as shit right now, but one day I'm gonna be great as shit at it. Probably doing handstands. And y'all gonna be like, oh shit, I remember when she couldn't do yoga for shit. You know? Have faith in yourself. One day, I'm gonna be sexy, honey. And happy and expansive. And I ain't gonna look back. And you shouldn't either, okay? But I'm about to finish up my yoga because My camera is about to die. And I promised consistency, and I'm doing it. And the universe will bless me for my consistency. It will. This is a new direction I'm taking in my life where putting my energy in the right places will warrant me all the things that I'm asking for. Okay? Think about what you want. Focus your energy on it. Put your energy there. I don't care. Like, you want to buy a house? Go find houses that are for sale and sit in front of them. Especially one that you find that you want to buy. Sit in front of it. I swear to God. Go sit in front of it every day. Put your energy on it. And watch the universe slowly start to guide you towards shit to help you buy your house. Okay? Some of y'all got money sitting in unclaimed funds right now in your state treasuries. You know, money that the state done owed you, but you didn't know about. Go check those out. Might have some money. That might be the down payment for your house right there. You don't know. The universe will unfold as it should, okay? I love y'all so much. Y'all really have no idea how much I value you guys and YouTube and everything else. So, please enjoy your day, okay? Get you some sun. Love your life, okay? And even if you hate it, fuck it. Pretend you love it until one day it actually becomes true. I've had to do that before, and I got here. It will happen, okay? Oh my God, y'all see these braids? Lord Jesus, I've been swimming too much. Now my braids is trashed. But anyways, I love y'all again, like I said, and come see me again. I'll be posting soon. I don't know what my posting schedule is going to be, but fuck it. For right now, I'm going to just post when I feel like posting. So please check me out. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll be checking y'all out too. All right? Peace.